synchronous and asynchronous. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint and go a little bit over what that credential program is all about. And then please, if there's any questions that come up that you'd like to chime in or ask, please do so. So I think a couple of the key pieces, and I think Yasmin mentioned this regarding kind of what the program is all about. The program is about really focused and grounded in social justice. So first and foremost, that's the foundation that we have for our program. We also think about our programs being very practical. We don't want just fluff work and things that are not relevant or make sense to the work. And then the programs are very much supported by a team of folks in LMU. So ISLA, the Institute, has dedicated folks that are working as program coordinators. You have dedicated folks working as your advisors, always trying to make sure that you can be successful in the program. So a little bit about the program itself. As I mentioned, pre-COVID, actually, we moved our programs online. And one of the reasons was we saw that the commute and opportunities to kind of connect, it became a lot harder for folks to be able to commit. So we made it an executive style program, which means that we actually meet on Saturday mornings online synchronously, but not every Saturday. So we actually meet about, in a 15-week semester, we meet synchronously about 6 or 7 Saturday mornings. And you would take 2 classes in that morning from about 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. You take 2 classes with a break in between. And that only happens synchronously on those dates that we set ahead of time. The rest of the time, you're either doing online modules or preparing for those face-to-face sessions that we do online. We do this because, one, we noticed back a long time ago that it's very difficult to come to class at 7 o'clock at night after you had a whole full day of teaching, trying to concentrate on some really heavy topics, and yet still thinking about, well, I still have papers to grade, I still have emails to return, all the things you still have to do that night or in the morning. So Saturday has allowed our candidates to truly be present and not have to worry about thinking about the day that they just had. They can really be focused on the learning, and we try to keep things very alive and engaging for you. We cap our cohorts at 20, and that's because we want that individual attention. We don't want it to be, if we get more than 20, then we create a new cohort so that you still get that attention that you need, and we can work with you as individuals as opposed to just a cohort. Our program is about 18 months long. It's 3 semesters plus a summer course, which is pretty low in terms of the short amount of time compared to other programs that are out there. Most Cal States are about 2 years. UCLA Center X is almost 3 years. So we try to streamline it because we need leaders now, but we don't want to give up that rigor. So a couple of things, I just mentioned this about the about 6 or 7 times you come together synchronously on a Saturday morning. The asynchronous work is not just your typical online work where it's just posting or just responding to someone else's post. There are readings. We try to connect you with classmates, do classwork, group work, really preparing you for the Saturday sessions. We also assign a mentor throughout the entire program that we hire and we pay for. We match you with someone who can support you not only through the program, but through different experiences, the Cal APA, every exam, all through your coursework to support you with being successful in the work. A mentor is LMU based. Now, actually, I should clarify that. LMU hires the mentor, but the mentor is to be with you through your coursework and support you side by side. You can suggest a mentor, you can refer a mentor if there's someone at your school and you feel that they would be a great mentor for you and you'd love to work with them. You can submit them. We can get their application, we can vet them and see if they make sense, and if they do, then we hire them. We want this to be your kind to be the best alignment for you, and what works for you the best. So some of the admissions requirements. So 3 years of teaching experience with a credential. We suggest, it's highly suggested that it's cleared credential before you come in to the program. If not, we take it case by case basis. We can help you clear it at the very end. 2 positive, well, hopefully it will be positive, letters of recommendation, and 1 should be your current school principal or direct supervisor. So we want to make sure we have that support there. We have another person coming in. Just welcome them. There's also good afternoon, Jasmine. Welcome. There's also meeting admission standards for LMU, and then you have an admissions interview with the program. This right now is, it should say 21-22 tuition. The unit, it's about $1,462 a unit. It's 18 units, but we do provide a School of Education scholarship of $8,000 off the top of that credential cost. So your total tuition is about $18,000 or so. There's payment plans, things like that, but when you compare to other programs, Cal State's online programs, especially like national, things like that, we are very comparable. And we're much shorter than some of the other programs. So it's the convenience and also being online as well. So I'm going to stop sharing there. That's kind of like in a nutshell, the program itself, but I'd love to open it up to any questions that you might have. Jennifer, you mentioned something about the charter school certificate. That is based on 2 of the courses that are in the credential sequence are part of that. You would have to add an elective, which is specializing in charter schools. That would then allow you to get the certificate along with the administrative credential.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I'll pause there for any questions. That's our admin credential program.
I have a question.
Sure.
I already completed a master's through Teach for America about 2 years ago, and I think 2 of the courses from what I saw on the catalog are courses that are required for the admin certificate. Can those be used?
Yes, so you did the Urban Ed Masters?
Yeah.
And Leadership Concentration?
Yes.
Excellent. So it would be 6428, which is Business of Education, and 6427, which is Advocacy. Both of those courses, obviously you successfully completed those. They would be, you would get credit for those 2 classes. So for you, it would not be 18 units, it would be 12 to complete the credential.
Gotcha. Thank you.
It's a great advantage. And when I teach TFA cohorts, I let them know if they ever want to do admin, this is a way to get 6 units off of tuition and classes you don't have to take. So yes, it definitely does align.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
So if there are no other questions, I guess what I can do is I'll talk a little bit about our MA. If you wanted to add that MA, I know Jennifer, you had mentioned that a little bit. The MA is in school administration. After the credential courses or throughout, actually, you would add 14 units, which would be some core courses, but also electives, and that would complete the master's. We also do give a scholarship for MA courses. It's $7,000 off of the tuition of the 14 units. So some of our candidates start right away and they take a couple of summer courses to get jumpstart. Some of them start the admin credential and decide, you know what, I do want to add the master's, and then we can add it afterwards and set you up with a program as to how to complete that. Most candidates will complete it either at in the same time if they really want to, or they would do one more semester after their credential is finished.
Great, thank you.
Yep. So Dr. Casella, I guess we could speak a little bit about the online MA that's available. I don't know if there's other questions about the admin program itself.
Actually, I might have missed this, but when is the next registration, a date or semester to start for?
Great question. So we actually start fall semesters. So the next cohort would be fall of 2023. Our priority deadline for applications is April 1st. And that's to kind of guarantee that, you know, the money will be available for the scholarships and things like that, and make sure you get in because the cohorts are capped. And so we want to make sure we have enough space for everybody. But we do accept them rolling through the rest of the semester. So we can take it up through like June or July.
Thank you. And one more question. Since
Sure.
I only need to do the 12 units, would I still receive the $8,000 scholarship that you mentioned?
Good question. So it would be prorated based on the units that you have. So what we do is we divide the units by the $8,000. So I'll just do a quick calculation. It's about $445 per unit. So for 12 units, you would get a total of $5,340 off of the tuition.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Ponce, I have a question about using Title II funds for,
Oh, yes.
Because I believe that is also available to our admin candidates.
It is. So if you are specifically in Catholic or parochial schools, you can apply for Title II funds because our program is actually approved through the Archdiocese to be able to be paid for with Title II funds from a Catholic institution or a private institution. Mm-hmm. So if that applies to anyone, mm-hmm. They can apply for those Title II funds, and it's an additional amount of scholarship that they get off of the tuition. I'm not exactly sure how much this time, but it is pretty significant.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ponce. And I was wondering for our public school colleagues too, is there other scholarship opportunities by way of either maybe a CMO itself that also provides some support? Have you seen any of that? I'm just kind of responding to some messages in the chat to me.
Yeah, for sure. There are, if your school has a tuition reimbursement program, mm-hmm. There's been schools that have done that for their candidates for sure. When it comes to charter organizations, they have a little more flexibility in being able to pay for those. But every school that gets Title II funds are used to support training, mm-hmm. Administration, credentialing, things like that. And you would have to just go into your school and speak to them about the fact that you're doing a program and see if they have any way to support you with tuition reimbursement or anything like that.
Wonderful.
We've definitely seen it happen. Yes.
Wonderful. I just want to welcome Sister Nguyen. Hi, Sister. Welcome in. We were just going around, and if you'd like to introduce yourself and say either where you serve or what program you're interested in, we can address any specific questions you have. So we'll circle back if she has a question. But any other questions just about the credential, the charter certificate, or the master's in school admin? Okay. What do you think, Dr. Ponce?
Yeah, if there are any other questions that come up, I'm going to put my email in the chat, so you just have it at your fingertips.
Wonderful.
And you can hold on to, if there are any questions that come up as you're thinking about it, or if you would like more information or documents or anything like that, please do not hesitate to reach out. We can definitely discuss. But the whole key is to support you as not only leaders, but also support you as people. And so we try to make it really focused on how do we create a program that allows you to do the work that you're doing now, which, let's face it, you're doing more than full-time work, and be able to actually complete the program and make the difference that you want to make in the future. So let me know if you have any questions. We can help you step by step with application, any of those things. We'll